One of the biggest challenge while building LLM based applications is to ensure that there is a well defined interface between the output of the model and user defined code. In this video, I am introducing you to a tool called as Outlines, which ensures and provides a way to control the generation of language model output to make it compatible to what your business requirement is. In this video, we will be installing this tool Outlines, and then we will also see various examples to control the output of large language models. And of course, you can use any model of your choice. I'll be using Mistral for this purpose. There are various other features of this tool too. For example, you can integrate multiple models as I mentioned, like OpenAI, Transformers, Llama.cpp, XLlama, and Mamba. I haven't seen the OLama integration yet, but I believe that is on the cards. It's very simple, very powerful prompting engine, which allows you to have primitives regarding regex, prompt engineering, and a lot of other stuff, and we will see it. It has multiple choices, type constraints, and dynamic stopping. As I mentioned, it also allows you to do regex or regular expressions, which is a very powerful feature of Linux based and even now in Windows too. It has got a JSON generation following a JSON schema or pydantic model. You can also do the grammatical structure generation. It also interleaves completion with loops, conditions, and custom Python functions. To speed things up, it also enables caching of generations, and you can do batch inference. And lastly, you can serve it with VLLM with official Docker image if you feel like it. So let's go to my local system and then we will get it installed, and from there we will see how it works. Before I do that, let me introduce you to our friends at Mast Compute who are sponsoring the virtual machine and the GPU which I will be using for this video. If you are looking to rent a GPU, then I will drop the link in video's description plus a discounted coupon which you can use to get 50% discount on Mast Compute. I have been using them for the last 1 week or so, and I can tell you from first-hand experience from my 50 plus videos which I have made on their infrastructure, the performance is simply awesome. Plus, the pricing is very affordable, and with 50% discount, I'm more than sure it is a very attractive offer. There is no binding and it is quite flexible. Do check them out. I will drop the link in video's description. So had a huge thank you to them. Let's go to my terminal now at local system. Here I'm using Ubuntu 22.04 and the GPU card which I am using is RTX A6000 with VRAM of 48 GB, courtesy to Mast Compute. But of course you don't need really that much GPU if you are using a quantized version, but if you are using a full-blown one then you might need it. Let me clear the screen. Another thing I would highly suggest you do is Conda. Conda keeps everything simple and separate from your existing installation. I already have Conda installed, so I am sourcing it, and let me quickly show you my Conda version. It is 24.1.2. If you don't know how to install Conda, I have done various videos, so please check out the channel. Let's clear the screen, and now let me create the Conda environment with structured output, and then just press Y here, and then it is going to create the environment for you. Let's step into this environment by simply doing conda structured output, and you will see that in parentheses. Let me clear the screen, and now it is time to install this Outlines. Installation is fairly simple. All we need to do is to pip install Outlines, press enter, and it is going to install all the prerequisites which it needs plus the actual library. And it is not that big, so let's wait for it to get finished. Outlines is installed now. Let me clear the screen. Now you can either run it in your Python script or you can run it in Python interpreter. Let me first go to Python interpreter, and then we will just see a simple example with Outlines. So I have just fired up my Python interpreter. Let's import Outlines. That is also done. And now let's specify our model. So I'm just going to go with this Mistral model from Mistral AI, which are a French company. So let's try to get this model from Hugging Face, of course. And once I run this command outlines.model.transformers with Mistral, you see that it is now downloading that model. There are 3 safe tensors of it. So let's wait for it to get downloaded. And by the way, if you don't know what safe tensor is, I just did a video an hour ago. So please check out the channel to know what exactly is meant by safe tensors. So the model is downloaded now. And now let me clear the screen. I'm just going to use this lambda function from Python just to clear the screen. And that is done. And that is all there is to it to get this thing installed. Now let's see it in action. As I mentioned earlier, the purpose of outlines is to control the output of the model. So let's first see how can we reduce the output of a model to a choice between multiple possibilities. We already have imported outlines. We already have downloaded our model, which is now loaded onto our GPU. Let's specify a prompt. In this prompt, I am specifying you're a sentiment labeling assistant. Is the following review positive or negative? And the review is, yes, this restaurant is just awesome. Now let's see how outlines categorizes it with the sentiment analysis. So in this one, I'm just giving the model choice positive or negative. Let's see what sort of answer the model generates here. The model has finished the generation, and now let's get the answer from the generator. And there you go. So it has generated the answer. You can ignore this warning for now because it's just because these things are moving so fast. And when we print out the answer, it is giving me the positive. How good is that? Now let's try to change the prompt to something negative, and then we will run it again. Let me clear the screen. And now let's try out negative prompt. In the next one, I'm just saying review the restaurant is just dirty. Let's generate the outline, and now let's print it out after the generator prompt. So let's wait for it to get it generated. Shouldn't take too long. That is done. And now let's print the answer. It is still positive. Okay, that is interesting. So it is saying dirty. That is not good. Okay, so there the model has failed. I don't, yeah, so you see this is a fault of model and not the tool, because tool, the purpose of tool is to make sure that the output is always structured. The structured is there. Anyway, let me show you how we can instruct the model to only do the efficient regex generation. For that, let's try out maybe something like, let me clear the screen. And then let's try out what is the IP address of the Google DNS server. And now let's give it to generator. We will get the response, and now we will get the unstructured response from it. Let's see how it goes. We will also print it out to see how it looks like. I will let it run just to show you how long does it take. Shouldn't take too long. So as you see, when we have printed this unstructured response, it has started giving us the answer that this question is often asked by people looking to set up their DNS, and because we have restricted to max token 30, so it has finished it here. Now let's try to generate it through the regex. So first I have set up this generator with all of my regular expression or regex. Let's try to get the prompt with the structured one, and with this new generator which has now this regex enabled, and then we are going to print our structured one as how it looks like. So let's wait for it to come back. There you go. You see, so now you can appreciate the difference between the tool. The first one, it just started giving us the whole information. This will also give us the answer, but we would have to extract the thing which we are interested in. But here with the help of this outlines, we have controlled our output. How good is that? Okay, let me clear the screen. Let's check out another example. Now you can also check out the lot of other things. For example, you can pass it a JSON schema. You can even go with the context free grammar. So maybe let's try out um, passing it a JSON schema instead of something um, free flowing. So we already have the schema. Let me grab the schema which I have got from their GitHub repo. Don't worry about this code. This is all present on there, the GitHub repo. Hopefully this is properly indented. So you see in this schema, we have this title, we have this object, we have these properties, and then it is all nested within this dictionary with a character. It's armor, weapon, strength, some sort of game or that sort of stuff is being represented here. So let me see. Yeah, so it is defined. We already have the model. Let's generate it with the JSON. So again, outlines has this JSON generator. So let's wait for it to get generated, and then we will just get our character out of it. Let's wait for it to come back, and all we are asking it to give me a character description and nothing else. And when you print the character, it is going to show you the only thing in this dictionary. The name is Marianne, age 35, and then blah blah blah. So you see, the basic point is that you can control your output with this awesome tool, free tool, outlines, very easily. All it is to just set your generator and you will get the response. You can run the same thing in a Python code, because of course you won't be running your application in the interpreter. For that to happen, let me show you how you can do that very quickly. Let me clear the screen here. Maybe I'll just create a new file called as myprog.py, and then set it to executable, and then just simply open that file in vi editor. And this is what, okay, sorry, I'm just going to cancel this and open it again. And let me paste it here quickly. So this is how you can define in a Python file. So you see that I have just imported some of the stuff which we installed earlier, and here I am just defining the classes in Python. This is simple Pythonic way of defining the classes. And then after defining the classes, we are specifying our model. First we are generating this JSON which we saw earlier. Then we are specifying our CPU, GPU, whatever your device is. Just give it a random number, and this is the first character, and then you are printing it out whatever it is being generated. We already saw it in action. So if I run this, you will see something like this, where as you see that it has gone in. I have just ran this command. First it loaded the model, and then it has printed out the characters. And then of course you can very easily embed this stuff into your own program. So that's it guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know what do you think about outlines. I believe very good tool. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel, and if you're already subscribed, then please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thanks for watching.